Teddy Talk Show. It's Teddy Talk Show.
Welcome back to Teddy Talks. Always great to have you guys back here with us. Always have to give it a mention. Thank you to the other house. Thank you very much for having us here. It's a beautiful set. We have so many different rooms to play with. But please, guys, do not forget to like, subscribe, because we do want to grow this community, more importantly, with you. Without you, there's no Teddy Talks. So do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, and let's get this show on the road. Every single week, there seems to be something going on. January was crazy. We're now in a new month. And it's not much of a scandal, but everyone seemed to have seen Lewis Hamilton and he's with a mysterious woman. Do you know who that is?
No, tell me, who is it?
It's part of one of the biggest families in the world in terms of social media.
Biggest families in the world. What are we talking? Are we talking
One of
the
the
Murdochs?
parents.
So are we talking?
No, maybe one of the parents had a transformation. No, I'm joking. I can't say that.
Yeah, I
can't say that though, can I?
Yeah, I think you can say. Yeah,
It's true.
Yeah,
right?
it's true. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I think you've pointed me in the right direction. Is it the Kardashians?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which one though? Because there's about what 4 or 5 of them, 5 sisters.
Well, if we do a process of elimination, well,
Can't be Timothy Charlemagne.
yeah,
Queen.
yeah, that would be another scandal.
That would be a scandal.
It can't be Kendall because she's going out with the NBA player at the moment, isn't she?
Is she? That's news to me. Which one?
I can't remember, but I just saw something online that she's dating.
Oh, she's gone back. Is it? What's his name now? Kevin something. Is it? No, that's Kevin Durant. What's his name?
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to Google this one. You've hit me with some new information.
Well, so it's not that one either. So it's got to be.
So not Kendall. We're
It can't
ruling
be.
out Kylie.
It can't be Courtney.
Can't be Courtney.
I think it's.
Why can't you be Courtney?
I thought Courtney's in a relationship.
We need to tune into Keeping Up with the Kardashians
Yeah,
or something.
yeah. You can tell we don't watch.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you now because we actually don't know too much about the rest of the other sisters apart from respect to all of them really. But it is Kim, my broski. It's Kim.
Oh wow.
It's Kim.
Okay.
They were seen at a members club, which by the way, it's not as good as this place. You heard it here first. No, I'm joking. I've never been, so I can't make a comment. It's Estelle Manor. Apparently, they were there. And they were pictured somehow together, which...
What, at nighttime and daytime? How are they pictured?
It looks like it was as simple as they were caught going into it, to be honest, going into Estelle Manor. Because you're not actually, from what I've heard, I've never been, but apparently I've heard this, you're not actually allowed phones. You can't film in there, so...
Right.
We don't know the extent to the relationship, but I'm quite surprised that it wasn't picked up before somehow.
Yeah, maybe she just wants to work with him on Skim.
Maybe.
Maybe.
What, you think she's doing recruitment?
Yeah, maybe it's recruitment. She wants a new brand ambassador for Skims. Could be that.
Yeah, it could be recruitment. I feel like you had Nicole Scherzinger and Lewis back in the day, and Kim Kardashian was like...
Was it Scherzinger? What did you say?
Nicole Scherzinger.
Yeah.
I
That
don't
sounds
know.
better. That sounds better.
Bro. I don't know.
I thought you said Scherzinger.
Scherzinger. Is that what I said?
I thought you said that. But
We'll do a VAR on that one.
Yeah, VAR. Check that.
VAR that one. But they were all seen together. They seemed like great friends, couples. Maybe it was just a PR thing. Who knows at the time? But Lewis Hamilton, props to him. She must be giving him some sort of sauce because he smashed his test time in Barcelona, quickest driver.
What?
Last time I saw in Barcelona, yeah.
It's amazing what a woman can do.
It is. Some people
He
might
has
say
the extra
that,
oomph in his step.
yeah, maybe it's that leg. You see the pedal when
Which leg was
he's got
he?
an extra twitch.
Pause.
He's
Got the crap. Got the cameras.
Which leg? The twitch fibers are working for him.
Right.
But I mean, I firmly believe this year that Alpine will smash it because I can't lie. in Barcelona. The energy, I could feel the energy at the Alpine reveal in Barcelona. Although Lewis Hamilton's got this lap time, which I think has struck a little bit of this test time has struck a little bit of fear within that industry. And then now you have the Kim Kardashian reveal. It's like the hacky, the power, the aura of Lewis Hamilton could be back this year.
He's aura farming.
He is aura farming on many different levels.
Right.
Many different levels, my bro.
Well, look, good luck.
Good luck to him. Good luck.
In your new endeavors.
Yeah. Whatever it may bring. Could be a skim suit, who knows? But not much of a scandal, just an update.
Just an update.
That was the soft one.
Yeah.
However, the Grammys seemed a bit hot.
What's happening at the Grammys?
You know, last week we were talking about comedians. We spoke about Drewski. If you didn't tune in, it sucks to be you. Go and tune in. You'll see exactly what we're talking about. But we spoke about comedians obviously touching a nerve. They touched last week. We talked about them touching a spiritual, religious community. This time, it's the Grammys. Trevor Noah.
You touched the nerve as well.
He touched a big nerve. One of arguably the biggest nerves in America.
Okay.
I won't say his name just in case he might not like even us mentioning his name.
We don't want to catch a case.
But we'll just call him DT. DT is not happy with Trevor Noah.
Right.
Read in between the lines, guys.
Those initials could stand for many things.
It could. You do what you want with it. It's not just DT that was upset. We also have Queen Nicki Minaj.
Oh, she was upset as well?
She was upset.
What's she got to be upset about?
No, I'll tell you exactly what happened, Sid. So Trevor Noah said something within his I don't know what you call it, his presentation of the Grammy. He said, she, being Nicki Minaj, still at the White House with DT. That seemed to have struck a nerve. Nicki Minaj responded.
That was his version of a diss track.
That was his version of saying, I see you and I don't like what you're doing. Maybe. Or it's just a comedian, like we spoke about last week, a comedian being a comedian. See, a long time ago, I think maybe the first time we touched liquor and whiskey and alcohol, I remember our eldest brother said something the next morning to me, which has always stuck with me throughout life. He said, a drunk person speaks a sober mind. Does that phrase apply to comedians in the sense that, I don't know what you call their comedy acts, but I'm going to rephrase that phrase and say, does their comedy act speak a sober mind? Does that make sense?
Yeah. That's a good way of putting it. I think yes and no. You know, their jokes are exaggerated to create the comedic effect, but their jokes have a foundation of truth in it.
This is it.
So when it does strike a nerve, it's because people are challenging, well, that's not my truth. You know, actually, I disagree with what you're joking around with here. And, you know, I guess maybe from Nicki's perspective, you know, she's a rapper. She's like, I'm not going to take this is disrespect. You don't joke on my name. And you don't joke with DT. So I don't
want to play with.
Yeah. she's saying, look, if you play for the Barbies, you don't do them things.
Yeah.
You don't joke around about what we do on this side. Stay on that side. You know,
could find a helicopter above your house ready to come and pick you up.
Very quick like Call of Duty. And you won't see anyone for a very long time.
I've got one here. I've got to ask you a question. Do you think, right? I think I know what your answer would be. But do you think if you were the president of England, let's say, yeah, you were the Prime Minister of England.
Right.
Yeah. Would you allow anyone to slight your name, be it comedy, be it rap, be it another politician? Do you think that at that level you would not, I don't mean as like in a petty way. I mean in the sense of just dictatorship way. Like, I'm trying to frame this question without it just being hard. No, I don't think so. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, would you? Okay, this is the best. Would you ultimately care about the respect levels and demand for respect constantly, or would you play the game?
Thing is, when you're prime minister, you're playing the game of politics, and I can imagine that sometimes you need to control narratives that are beginning to spiral out of control. So if I was the prime minister, I wouldn't pick every single battle. I'd only pick the ones that I think have potential to catch a good flame and become a problem further down the line. So let's squash that beef right now, because actually I think that if I leave this unchecked, this could end up snowballing into something that I won't be able to control.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think from that angle, you might be playing a little bit of whack-a-mole. And let me get rid of that one real quick, and I'll get rid of that one real quick. And also, sometimes an ego thing. It could just be that I can't allow my reputation to be tarnished like this. Yeah. I mean, how could you even think I would do something silly like that? I just made 500 billion for you in the last quarter. What are you saying?
Yeah,
And then, like, and you know, I just ended X and Y Z wars. So like, how could you paint me in the same brush as Mr. Sleepyhead over there? You know, so I think I can see how, you know, you end up engaging in things that you wouldn't intentionally set out to engage in when you reach a certain position. But then once the power goes to your head, once the ego gets inflated, once you want to protect your position at the top, you don't want anyone to...
Nobody can speak on your name, essentially, in a negative light.
In a negative light. It's censorship, isn't it? A little bit.
Yeah, it's 100% censorship. Nicki Minaj responded to Trevor Noah.
Right.
And
how did she respond to him?
I don't know if we're allowed to talk about how she responded to him. But
Right.
for the sake of the people, we'll let them know that Nicki Minaj said a few things. One of the things that is caught fire is, which I find strange, but one of the things that caught fire is that she just said, Trevor Noah, I've paraphrased, but that's kind of... I don't know why that seems to have caught fire. Do you know what I mean? It's like if I turned around and said, you've insulted me, and I just said, yeah, Sid, you're straight. Nobody's gonna be like, oh, let me go and... Oh,
Wait, that's not an insult to me, because I'm damn right.
That's exactly my point. You know, in school, in the classroom, people would come out and be like, oh!
Is it because it's not news?
Maybe that's why it's caught fire.
Right. But I thought we live in a LGBTQ era where everything is accepted.
No, you don't think you know. No, we know.
Yeah, so
we know.
So what's the problem?
I don't know, but it seems to have led to a manhunt around. People have now somehow resurfaced a video where Trevor Noah's on the street with a guy, and they're like, this guy is his boyfriend.
Oh, so it's a scandal now that
It's now a It's not, because one of the things that she said, I believe she may have tweeted it. It seems to have festered into a scandal, which... I don't discriminate against people's sexualities and what they're into, race, etc., etc. So I'm surprised that has caught fire.
You made me think about something. I think when a man gets attacked, the way to disarm him publicly is to attack his masculinity. And I think that's why it's working in this sense. So I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. I'm not saying that's the right thing to do. But I'm saying that's the weapon of choice that she's using here. And, you know, no man who maybe he's bi, and maybe he didn't want anyone to know that he was openly dating. I don't know if he's openly dating this person. So I think from his point of view, you got to protect your reputation here.
Yeah.
And she knows that.
Yeah.
So maybe she's in the know and she's like, actually, he hasn't told anyone about this.
Yeah.
So let me do what Pusha T did to the boy and say, let me give you this lovely reveal about your favorite person in the world.
Yeah.
He's not who you think you are.
It's the fact that it's his truth or potential truth, which could be why people are like, ooh, okay. Is it true or not, Trevor? Trevor! I don't know why I had that in my head.
Oh, Trevor, you're going to have to talk on this. But maybe this gives him so much material. One thing you should not play with is with a comedian. The thing is,
you're in dangerous territory.
You're in very, very dangerous territory.
She's good at battling as well, isn't she? She is, to be fair.
Hey.
Nicki Minaj doesn't play as well.
Yeah, she doesn't play. That's why people are accusing her of going on a Kanye rant at the moment. You know, she's going off. She's going after everyone. And so people are trying to belittle her and say she's having a mental health breakdown. They're saying that she's not one of us guys. Just keep her on that side and just beware, because she's a ticking time bomb. But from her point of view, she's like, wait, hold on. Have you seen these files that just come out? Oh, actually, you've just triggered my thought. Pusha T, right? Have you heard about the Pusha T thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's been some big files that dropped recently.
The files that everybody's been looking for from the guy that committed suicide. Scandal. Yeah. Again, guys, read between the lines.
Read between the lines. This
Mr.
is
E. No, let's not even give him the benefit of the doubt, but just call him E.
Yeah, we call him
Let's
E.
call him
We
E.
call him E. Yeah, so Mr. E.
No, forget Mr. He's not a Mr.
He's lost his title.
He's lost his title.
He's lost his title. He's lost his title. So his files came out.
Yeah.
And Pusha T was found in one of those files. Do you know what's crazy about this? Do you know what's crazy about this moment? Obviously, allegedly, you know, we have to always say allegedly in this situation, because we don't know what's the circumstance. Why is he in this files and whatever? But what's very interesting about this situation, right? When Pusha revealed, you know, that Drake actually had a son, and everyone's like, oh, so Drake's lost the beef. Drake was spitting on Duppy Freestyle, by the way. The reason why Drake didn't end this guy's career, according to Jay Prince, was because he had...
Who's Jay Prince?
Jay Prince is someone from Drake's clique who's very well respected in the music, Hollywood industry. He's pulling a lot of strings, a lot of commercial activities are done under his watch. All right, so he's like a senior, right? Okay.
Overseas shit.
Yeah. So he'll be like, yo, guys, just calm things down. Just calm things down. So when he was calming down the boy, he realized that actually, if you take it there, there's no going back. There's no going back. So the information now that everyone's drawing in between the lines, like, oh, Drake knew that Pusha was in the files.
He was doing something he shouldn't have been
doing. He was doing something he shouldn't have been doing. The red button that he was alluding to in For All the Dogs. So if I press this button right now, everybody's having gated. If I press this button right now, was this the red button? Potentially. But what makes things even more interesting, right, from a hip hop rapper's perspective, the positioning of the sword now, because the Grammys just happened as well, and Pusha T won a Grammy with Kendrick Lamar. for the Chains and Whips rap performance song.
Wait, that must have went over my head. Pusha T won a Grammy.
Pusha T won a Grammy. So the timing
Even
of
after all of the
even after all of
noise that
this,
came out.
even after all of this.
Wow.
So it's interesting. It's interesting that the powers that be were okay with this information coming out and still awarding. And also, that's also the powers that be were okay with a song circulating, calling someone a PDF without any actual evidence that this person's a PDF. On the flip side, on in this file, you have a named rapper that you've just given a Grammy award to. So wait, hold on. It's the powers that be just turning blind eyes to.
Oh, you've actually blown my mind. Still, you've blown my mind because I didn't really read in between the lines. And Drake is obviously,
He's
of course,
gone.
Drake has now popped up, but Drake was fighting to have that name cleared.
Mm-hmm.
He was fighting to disassociate from that narrative. Someone above our pay grade needs to do a very big deep dive into
What's happening?
what's
Well,
going
that's what
on.
Nicki Minaj is trying to do publicly.
Brother Kanye.
Kanye was also.
He was speaking about two individuals, Jay-Z and obviously was Pusha T mentioned
Pusha
as
T was
well?
mentioned.
So there's been breadcrumbs in social media and throughout that industry that have led to what we're now seeing almost 2-3 years later. Firm believer that the truth will come out eventually. I really do believe that the truth will come out. And hopefully one thing does have to be said is obviously all the victims out there, we have to say we do pray for you, and we hope that even us discussing these things doesn't strike a nerve. I mean, it's almost impossible not to think that it would, but
Yeah, it's tough. One thing I would say though, so we have a little balanced view on this, right? Is that yes, Nicki Minaj is singing from the rooftops that these guys are, in her words, not the type of people that you should be in bed with.
yeah.
But in the same light, from the other fence, people are saying, but hold on, you're chilling with DT. In one breath, you can't say that these guys are doing this. And then on the other side, it looks like there might be a bit of a hypocrisy here. It's like, come on, we need to be honest about why we're saying what we're saying. Is it maybe a self-interest thing? Because you are defending someone's position that's in a higher position than you and you want to rise? Or are you actually saying it because you've got good intentions?
Yeah. So on that note then, do you think that people are watching things to watch things, or are they looking for moments? The reason why I asked you that is because the previous award ceremony, I don't know if it was the Grammys, or something, but Kai Cenat had a very similar scenario where there was a presenter walking around the floor.
Or was it the Streamer Awards?
It was the Streamer Awards. It was the Streamer Awards. You are completely right. And then the presenter was walking around, catches Kai Cenat at the glimpse of her eye, and then she seemed to have associated him with Diddy to say that they're one and the same person.
But why would she say that?
She thought it was funny. Nobody in the room laughed. Nobody in the room laughed. What did she actually say? Fan is fan, not really. This year were just weird jokes that didn't feel like jokes. You see, even here on the internet, they're like jokes that didn't feel like jokes.
She was just attacking him.
Just attacking him.
Well, what did she say? Let's hear this bad joke.
Let's hear this bad joke. Let's find it. Okay.
So if a joke isn't funny, it's a dig.
If it's not funny, it's personal.
It's personal.
If it's not funny, it could potentially be.
Especially when the person has the skill of creating a funny joke.
They should.
They should.
Arguably, yeah.
Yes.
Arguably. they're supposed to have the wit to be able to come up with anything and everything that's supposed to make people
I
laugh.
think some people were saying that she was trying to disguise the joke. The joke was racism in disguise.
So that was it. Congrats on your new documentary with 50 Cent. That was you, right?
Wow. That's not even a. That's not. I don't subscribe to that. I don't know.
That's a solid WTF moment.
I think I saw the reaction to it as well. One of his boys wasn't having it.
Yeah, Ty Lil.
Ty Lil. Wow, there's a lot of scandals.
Ty Lil
There's a
came
lot of
out and was like,
scandals
it's not
associated with this conversation because he's having his little
He's
thing.
having his moment as well. But shout out to him because forget that.
Yeah.
Shout out to him because he's
Would you say
too deep with a lot of
we stand up for
madness.
standing up for your boys.
Yeah, I'm glad that somebody stood up for Kai in the moment because Kai Cenat's got high notoriety beyond. God, it's mind blowing. He is well known around the world. 9 times out of 10, I'm sure if his boy didn't stand up for him in that moment, he wouldn't have stood up for himself. Maybe he would have had a conversation on stream about it, but obviously within that moment, was it the same moment he spoke about mental health? Streamer Awards as well?
Yes.
So let's go back to the question, Sid. So are people watching the performance or are they...
I think they're looking for moments. A lot of us who watch these award shows maybe expecting to see someone else getting slapped on stage.
Like a Will Smith moment.
A Will Smith moment. And you know, I shout out to Will Smith though because he's the boy.
I love him, yeah.
Yeah,
I love him.
yeah.
I love him, pause.
Yeah. And no matter what anyone says, because we can all do bad things, and we're allowed space to evolve, to acknowledge, and to grow.
Yeah.
But in this particular scenario, this comedian was looking for a moment. She wants to be the next big thing, and her joke was really bad. And some people will give her the benefit of the doubt, and some people will say that no, actually, there was some real vim in there that she was disguising with this joke. You know, maybe she saw something on the internet. She saw some of Kai Cenat's haters saying, "Oh, actually, since he cut his hair, doesn't he look like?" And then she's like, "Do you know what? Actually, let me run with this. The biggest streamer in the world is being associated with the biggest mogul. Why don't I tie the two together in this moment? I'm presenting here. This how could I not pass up on this opportunity? How could I pass up on this opportunity? I've got to do it." You know, she was looking for the moment, not just the watchers. So, yeah, I think you're right. We're watching, we're looking for moments, and it's all part of the game. It's all part of entertainment.
Yeah.
It's all part of entertainment. But what is not part of entertainment is playing with people's names. And if someone's going through a trial and he's going through whatever he's going through, do not put an innocent person's name in the same sentence as quote unquote felon.
Yeah. I would have argued as well. I remember at the time when it all happened, I was thinking that he's quite young as well. Like, why would you pick on someone that's young? But that's not even an excuse. You just don't pick on anyone in general, right? Like in that kind of way, like you said, the association to, we can call it, Diddy didn't actually get imprisoned for a lot of the things that was popping out in the media, but in general, that like it just wasn't funny. Read the room. It just wasn't funny. It wasn't funny. Nobody reacted well to it.
Yeah, the whole thing that's interesting with the Pusha T ending up in files is the fact that he's been given the Grammys alongside Kendrick Lamar, who has created a diss track on the boy allegedly calling
Who's the
him.
boy? Who do you keep?
The boy is Drake. That he
Yeah,
calls
you
him. That's
can say
but that's the
Drake. Oh, is
nickname.
it?
That's
Oh,
his nick.
see.
That's the boy. So you don't, come on, man. Go on,
Edit
man.
that out.
Yeah,
Go on.
yeah.
The boy.
Yeah, he's called the boy a PDF, and you are here picking up your award next to someone who is in the files. So tell me, where is the moral high ground?
No, but he's not supposed to. What do you mean? What? Sorry. What are you saying? That he shouldn't be picking up the award. Kendrick shouldn't be winning the award, or Pusha T shouldn't be winning the award.
No, I'm just saying that you've just said you're not like us,
Yeah.
but actually everyone's the same. On one hand, you're calling my man a PDF. On the other hand, the guy that you're getting an award with is in the files.
Yeah.
So,
So what are you are you thinking that Kendrick was aware that Pusha T was a PDF?
we don't know that Pusha T's a
obviously-
PDF. We don't know Pusha T's a PDF. He's just in the files.
This is the thing. And we don't know obviously what capacity that his relationship with E was. The Kendrick beef and the Kendrick Drake situation was way before Pusha T was revealed in these files.
But remember,
That's why I asked you if Pusha T, if you thought that Kendrick was aware that Pusha T was associated with E.
everyone in the industry knows something, and I think he had the information.
You think so?
100%.
Because these files was locked up for a while.
Why is it that, I'm not saying this is you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful with the way you explain these things, because everybody's catching cases these days. But if we remember right, Kendrick was standing up for not for removing. He was standing against removing R. Kelly's music from streaming platforms. Yeah, and that was one thing Drake was calling him out for. So one thing we've spoken about is having breadcrumbs in the internet, but one thing that we've spoken about is why is it the ringleaders are turning blind eyes to certain things?
Yeah.
So why is it in you can call someone a PDF, align yourself with someone who's in jail, and say, actually, I'm gonna defend this man. Why the hell would you remove his songs from the streaming platforms? He even went as far as to say, if you remove his songs, you remove my songs.
When the association happened, either way, that's why I was quite shocked when you're like Pusha T won a Grammy, because the files came out. What's the timeline here? How are people even winning the Grammys? I thought these are people who vote.
But he's nominated. He's nominated. So I think what
I was gonna say was he shouldn't have been in the fold if people were nominating him.
Well, what I'm saying is that let's say they didn't know. Apparently, nobody knew. Let's play that card. We didn't know until it came out on the internet, which is very strange, because most the people in the know, they know something's coming, right? And they start making moves before the things come out. But let's pretend he didn't know. All right.
What, Kendrick?
Yeah. He didn't know that Pusha was going to be in the files. But now that you know, and the award show is tomorrow, you have a decision to make about where your moral high ground is, and also your brand. You've actively dissed someone and called them a very damning thing. On your side, you're aligning yourself with someone who is in the files. This is for me. This is as much as a struggle internally as I get when I'm seeing J. Cole step away from the battle. Because on one hand, you want smoke, but on the other hand, you can't take it. So it's like you can't rap about things that you dislike. It's like people saying, "Oh, like, 21 Savage. Why are you saying the streets are dead when you rap about the streets?" I 21 Savage, I understand his view. He's mature enough now to say that actually I've grown up in this, and I understand that this is not serving our community well. So actually there's a better path. I've gone through it. This is it. But in this situation, I actually can't understand why on one side you would call someone that, but on the flip side, you're aligning yourself with
Why
people.
do you keep saying he's aligning himself? Because you gave him an award. Because
He-
you have to remember. Let's remember. He's not the one that said, "Pusha T, here's your award." He's just the pawn and passenger in the situation. He could have rejected giving Pusha T the award until everything got cleared up. But I kind of, I don't sympathize with him, but I'm kind of like, he's not the one that chose Pusha T to be the winner of that Grammy award. The Grammy organization, and this is why I was trying to dive into who's actually nominated him. The nominations may have been way before the files came out, but the person that said he's won, was that the public, or was that the Grammy Association people? Because obviously we've seen Beyonce, we've seen Jay-Z's impact, we've seen the direct impact of them not them, but Jay-Z alone being associated with these files, and how many people were dissatisfied by that fact because of his followings that has dropped on Instagram. Massive, massive drop. Even Beyonce, massive drop. So just that alone in my head is why I'm like, I know what you're trying to do, being a Drake fan, but
Nah, I'm also a Kendrick fan, but I have to call things out as I see it.
yeah.
I understand that Kendrick, in the eyes of the Grammys, is what do you call it? The golden boy.
Yeah.
And you asked who gives these awards. Well, there's a panel, and I don't know who creates this panel. It's not the public.
Oh, so the panel are the ones that select this is the winner. And
Yeah,
that's
they
the
have their criteria of what makes
That
good
makes it
good.
interesting.
And recently, one of Drake's old clips when he was accepting a Grammy, basically saying that this award is not the end goal. Actually, when you have people reciting your words, reciting your songs, that is the award.
Yeah.
And actually, this is just a subjective thing that's created by a group of people who decides what's good.
Yeah. He almost was boycotting.
He was
it,
boycotting it,
yeah.
and then a year after that, he's just stopped submitting his work into the Grammys. So
Yeah.
it was actually, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and the beholders are in his view, they're biased. So, but that's not what well done that Kendrick has won so many Grammys. I love it when people are given their flowers. That's not what I'm challenging. What I'm challenging is that regardless of who's giving you the award, you as an individual have a choice to make on how you accept it. There's two of you.
How you accept the award.
Yeah, how you accept the award. And if you accepted the award, basically showing that you don't have a problem with this guy. And for me, if someone is in a very damning file, right, and you're meant to be Mr. Morale, you've released an actual album called Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, yeah? What's going on here with the moral compass, bro? So that's just where my head is a little bit confused about what's going on there. Why are we turning blind eye to things?
I'm trying to get clear. So Kendrick Lamar and Pusha T won the award together.
Yeah, Whips and Chains was a song, right?
Ah,
Do you remember Whips and Chains of Pusha T's album?
yeah. So Pusha T's won it. Kendrick's featured it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay,
Pusha T and his brother.
okay. So you're saying that. So your standpoint on it is that, or your opinion is that Kendrick shouldn't have stood up with Pusha T. He should have. He should have been brave enough to essentially say nope. I don't subscribe to PDF, and until this is cleared up, I don't want to stand up next to him. You know what? I agree with the idea of that. Um, and the thing is, as you were saying, Kendrick has made his position known by what he has done with the battle with Drake. He's used it for his gain.
He wants to win.
He wants to win. And be all and end all, you now have someone that you've done an actual song with during this time period has come out, allegedly, maybe associated to a PDF. You're trying to say fact check this situation. If it's clear, you need to not stand with the person. Why are you standing?
And whilst
That's the bigger question.
that's
I
the
think,
big
and that's I think how we should end it.
100%.
Why are you standing with this individual if you stand against PDFs?
Situation's unclear.
Scandals, 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 my bro. We're not even finished with Q1. We haven't even finished Q1, and there seems to be a lot of things happening. Breakups, makeups, people talking about people that people don't like it. They don't like it. Firstly, comment below your opinions on some of the stuff that we've talked about, and also comment below on something that we may have missed and we haven't spoken about. People like who I love, Billie Eilish. Something happened there. Let us know if you want us to talk about it. We're pretty much done now, so I can't talk about it. And do not forget to like, subscribe, and we will see you again next week. Thank you.
Steady talk show, steady talk show. Conversating, make a statement, take an action. Steady talk.